Oh.
You ain't too smart, are you? You ain't got the sense God give a rock.
You fucking fuck up! Stupid ass! Dickhead! Goodness gracious!
There's lots of photos just kind of looking to the sky and staying straight. That's impossible. Fish will give it is less bone if it's harsh to say learn how to bone your own fish. And when I say bone your own fish, I mean that's it's over with it. Our dustbin, which is good stuff, has a kind of a middle plastic board. So
Good to see you.
can like dust can rice off the floor. You have to wash the dustbin and wash out.
Solid choice. Hey!
After the open diamond, it's funny kind of fit within them. There's a blue handle. It's like the blue neighbours who said, right, let's get in on the fella. It's cool to say when I opened the one later. I wasn't planning to drink it, I just needed it, which I think is a positive way to view alcohol. Yeah, 10 past 7 I go to the Central Football Weekly, so we do that with Barry and George Elec. So episode, I haven't listened to it just, but I will. I'm saving it for it's Thomas. I'm going to chat to Tyler, producer,
So
I don't like. ready at 8 till 10. At 7 p.m. I was like, Nick, I'm going to sleep now. I don't know if I wake up. I just Sam Campbell has a great joke about drinking 5 cups of coffee and then failing in our mattress, and it's like this.
You take it down? Well, once you do, find the shipment schedule so we can locate the rest of their equipment.
Helicopters lock over. Oh, and cooked a big turkey, salted in a bag for ages. Veggies not even cooked up and stuff. I put some cheese. Yeah, already my brother put some cheese. We blended the cheese board into a 5 cheese board. And I wonder, would anyone like to try and guess what the 5 cheeses were? Let's play.
Once you figure out where the other shipments are, destroy as many as you can. The less equipment they get to the police station, the easier this is going to be.
What time is now? You can get main feed episodes before everyone else, ad-free, plus access to our full archive with bonus content, 2 bonus episodes every month, early access to live shows we just can't, access to the Overtime group chat. Plus, you become an Overtime full-timer. Myself, Tom, and Ellis will rip on your name to postulate where else in history you want to pop up. For all the options, you can go to patreon.com/Overtime.
Oh, so, crooked IAA agent stealing off-the-books weapons to gang members. You realize everyone involved in this is gonna flip out when you steal their shit, right? I'm just saying, be ready.
Go to hell.
I constantly know where he is. Like the international strangers in the street. I'm shocked for decades. You keep it on because you're confident. Did you get it? I get the turn every time I use my mind. I'm like, oh, there he is. Because we rather stop the name. Yeah. No. Yes. I remember the first time where they are using what 3 words and I have no idea what this was. Which just says something like, by the way, quite a nice kick. Are you not aware of this? This is a more exact way of giving a map than a drop dead So dropping, for example, in the postcard. So for you would write, if you go on the phone and you type what 3 words, it'll tell you where you are, and it'll be something like Maldives, chickens, house. Yeah, exactly. Just 3 random words, and then I'll know exactly where you are. Because it's coordinates. Every part of the world has random You've never heard of what 3 words? So you've got 3 words refer to where you are right now. What's 3 words? I thought you were doing that as a quiz. This is great. Yeah, don't read about on air. I thought you would say until someone keeps what 3 words? Apartment. Like a radio format. Where am I? I'll give you 3 clues.
Motherfucker! Get down! Stupid asshole!
And if you want to get that full episode,
Go to hell!
that was with a bonus episode.
Get out of there!
There'll be 2 bonus episodes this month.
What the fuck?
Plus get episodes earlier than and speaking of bonus episodes, out you just it was so just just you, the subscribers, Dark Continent, Europe 20th Century Value, is our which is a big overarching history of Europe. It was fascinating. If you want to listen to that, sign up, take them, now, unfortunately, we're on this episode is around yeah. Classic sort of World Cup qualifier.
What the fuck?
Well, exactly. This is the point I was going to make. I don't know this for certain, but L is the kind of man L, have you been to one of the girls
Go to hell!
was studying about
You're done! You hear me?
so I tell all my mates.
Did you say
Well, Coleman and the rest of so one all.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I play every Tuesday evening. What are those little black rubbery bits? Because when I come home and I tip out my cookies, they are just full of these little pellets. It looks like a mouse trying to do a roll.
Yes, I took the most.
Prepare to be amazed! And that's
But yeah, and it's just the tiny work.
Jesus Christ! You got an issue with me?
Don't talk to me about choo-choo big words to move them to the context.
I'm sure West Ham will do that there soon. Where are you?
Right, Andorra, so actually, if you follow your international football team away, no doubt you can but Andorra's significance goes way beyond small-time Nations League qualifiers and the like. It is a club that is actually one of Europe's largest.
Hey, see you on the flip side.
1 square miles. Massive. As
Yeah.
microstates go. No wonder we only people so well. That's huge.
That feels like they're trying to sort of defend themselves as someone's being reached. But yeah, we're not that small. We're actually one of Europe's largest
It's one of the oldest continuous political entities in Europe.
Alright, Mission Row locks down hard after dark, and we can't exactly do this shit in broad daylight. The way I see it, there's only one way.
Can I be perfectly honest, by the way, about my
So, we need a police chopper. My first thought was we just tune into the Weasel News, find a chopper chase, and go grab it. But then I figured stealing a helicopter on live TV was not the best start for a clandestine operation. So, we're gonna hack the signal box for the news feed they're prepping for later today. We'll be like an hour ahead of broadcast, but that's all we need.
Interesting you say that when Andorra was Andorra, then sort of
Yeah, in fact. It was great fact. Very good. So, only San Marino was founded in 301 AD. The obvious question is, how did Andorra, with such a small territory sandwiched between two historical powerhouses in France and Spain, manage to survive intact for so long? And the answer comes down to a medieval compromise. So Andorra's political structure dates back to 1278, when a treaty known as Raj was signed between two rival powers. The Count of Fou on the French side, the Bishop of Urgell on the Catalan side in western Spain, they signed the treaty. And they signed the treaty because both sides, France and what is now Spain, were claiming rights over the Andorran Valley. And both France and what is now Spain were willing to fight over it. Instead, Helios, the Kingdom of Aragon, brokered
And there it is. Sending you the chopper's location now.
We did play in Andorra. Obviously, I wasn't there because my daughter was being born. It was the match that we played, the match to see about Andorra. It's just a lot of my friends putting it to us. Talking us playing the bus. So sorry. I hate to get good. It's always good when you get before the corrections from yourself. Absolutely. It's so efficient. So, here we go. Is the middle of the 1200s. And France.
Hey, so I know you know what you're doing, but unless you want the entire LSPD chasing you, take your time in there. You know, be stealthy and shit.
Good, unusual solution. If you both go in Andorra, and must be called the Andorran principle, like the states will join you by two external principles. So effectively what Andorra is, it's a way of like, I guess it's like two siblings fighting around a toy. You actually want to play. Yes, it both. Why didn't you want to say that?
You see the police chopper up there? That's the one we want.
He handed the territory to the chopper, and when they set the orders made additional sort of protection, including the Count of Fou, whose dynastic ties to tank the Andorran defense. So the Bishop of
Shit. They found you, huh? Can't say that I'm that surprised. Just shake them off and I'll work on the drop-off.
Yeah, find that treaty to look after Andorra. Count of Fou eventually rises to head the title of Count of Fou when Henry III of Navarre became Henry IV of France in 1589, the Count of Fou was also the sovereign of France. So from 1589 onwards, the Andorran Province was also the French colony. So from then on, Andorra's sovereignty rested on the balance. So one prince ecclesiastically, Bishop of Spanish, one second. So it was a system formed out of mutual convenience preserved, because neither France nor Spain wanted the other out of soul.
Hey, you ready to be impressed? Well, once we have that chopper, we can see if we can find the pilot's key card and use it to get through the roof access at the police station. Neat, huh?
A real pain in the ass. Yeah, the French Revolution overthrew on revolutionary France renounces all evil title privileges, including his role as co-prince of Andorra. Therefore, the balance suddenly collapsed as France saying, look, we're going to go back to war. So the Bishop of Urgell remains in place, and the French stepped away from Andorra. So that left Andorra vulnerable to absorption by Spain. So Andorrans themselves who live there appeal to the Holy Virgin to come in and do something.
Hello. Can I please have the number to Dr. Crab?
That was expression. So once again, Andorra is now over the French side, but then operating to the draws independence again struck by France and Spain. To this day, the French co-prince is no longer the president of the French Republic. So if you're president of the French Republic, you're co-prince of Andorra. And then Andorra's other head of state remains the Bishop of Urgell. So for centuries, Andorra remained politically conservative and by the early 20th century, the younger Andorrans were targeted. The male head of And the General Council of Morals, dominated by traditional families, politics are just like local patronage networks. There's no modern Andorran constitution. There's no political parties. So in 1933, there was a bit of an Andorran revolution that people wanted just men to have the vote, right, quite basically. So there was a revolution in Andorra, but nothing like the revolution that we saw across Europe in the 19th century. It was very mild reform and universal suffrage rights in 1933. But it was into this period of instability that one of the most improbable figures in European history steps forward. His name is Boris Skosyev. He's a Russian emigre who claimed aristocratic lineage and intelligence connections with elites. Intelligence agencies across Europe regarded him as a fraudster and an opportunist. Oh wow! So after drifting through Britain,
It's time to roll, partner! I mean boss. Start heading to Mission Row in that chopper. I'll call you once you're on your way.
Are you putting that on your LinkedIn?
You do this kind of thing all the time, right? I mean, breaking into a police station, incapacitating a bunch of cops without killing them and starting World War III, breaking a dude out of the cells, and having him lead you to a unique car you want to steal. This is like normal for you, right?
Just outside the capital. Within months, he's discussing
Man, this car's gonna be the real shit. Seriously, when they write the history books on Los Santos gang life, there's gonna be a footnote saying we stole a piece of it. Okay, just land on the roof nice and easy, like you're a cop that does this all the time.
Sounds vague. It's one of those crimes that's hard to philosophy. It's like sex. How weird sort of admin heavy version stuff about lowering tax. Yeah, it's not like putting on a
Okay, you made it onto the roof. Now, if you see any cops, incapacitate them before they see you. Remember, you've got the key card to get you through the entrance up there. Okay, throw a couple of gas grenades down into the vents, and most of the officers will duck right out so we don't have to shoot anyone. This is gonna be crazy!
But he made one crucial mistake, which is that in the British War in Bishopsburg, one of the openers, there really is something about the gods. Yeah. So at this point, the Brits are like, well, we can't have this. The Spanish civil guards arrested in his hotel and transferred to Boston. Andorran monarchy, less than 2 weeks. Later, like, oh wow, really chaotic. Collaborating with Nazis. But amazingly, he's in prison in the Gulag, but he gets out and eventually settles in West Germany where he doesn't mention anyone. For a man who a lot of people destroy to death, he's done well to live. Throughout his exploits, he's supported by a wealthy American producer, Boris Skosyev, whose fortune can be one automobile industry. So Boris is he doesn't know himself, but it did force a force. In the decades after,
You got your armor on, right? Because we're stun guns only from here on out. Now, I'm not doing 20 to life for a car, and they will shoot his ass if you start shooting. My homie is in a cell on the lower level, so start making your way down there. We'll find the cell key on the way.
In 1993, Andorra adopted its first written constitution, formally defining itself as a parliament while retaining 1993 though. 1993. Wow, so late. Yes, it's well, as well. It's a series of you say, doesn't the United Kingdom mean that we don't have a constitution, but we need to get around to that. If Andorra's being coast. Yeah, well, budget and so on. But it's all the British constitutions for Christians.
You get the keys? Then get your crazy jailbreaking ass down to the basement and free my homie. Be careful though, the gas won't have made it down there, so the guards are still going to be conscious. You'll have to incapacitate them.
It's funny that turning Andorra into like the low seems to be the best way to survive. Yeah, it's just go, let's have really minimal tax and everything. Grandilla's story is not one of losing life or ambition.
Now, once you get down to the cells, we got to get them open. I think a computer nearby should be able to override the security.
But also be useful to both neighbours and never really being powerful enough. That is the key. That's the door to survive to this day. It's like one of the most enjoyable away fixtures on the international.
Hey, over here! Me! You here for me? Oh, shit. Hey, get me out of here! Okay, I know the code to the back door. Let's move! I just gotta get to my chopper.
Oh yeah, did I forget to mention? King Tiny has a chopper, and that's his plan to get out of town. Podcast must be taking off for real. You just gotta get him to take off. Yo, I can hear the sirens from here. Remember, we got those weapons stashed outside just in case things go south.
Jonathan telling you about how 2 weeks you went the world. Yeah. Classic tempo shit. I suggest they put lower the taxes and it's only paid by you.
Dumbass piece of shit!
Hurry up! Get in the getaway car! Steal something else! Whatever works!
Eagle 7, we're arriving on the target coordinates.
Peace!
There's a fellow international swimmer who attempted to seize the monarchy.
You wanna know about the car? Then I need to see that the cops aren't gonna catch us before we get to my chopper.
Så kan du lytte til vores podcast, der hedder Myrdet. Mit navn er Anders Ravn. Jeg er publikum skuespiller, og jeg hedder Sebastian Bakkelsen og er journalist og tidligere efterforsker i politiet. Hver uge der dykker vi ned i historien og af verdens vigtige rødfløs. Nogen som for det. Lyt til sæson 9 er Myrdet kun på Spotify.
I'm the last thing you're ever gonna see!
William 2 requesting guidance. Where'd they go? Suspect heading west. Eagle 7 right overhead.
Yeah, chill!
Okay, Nigel Lewis, or time for subscriber. You've got what you wanted. It's time for some more time for a night shot. On the 1st of January, United States will country Brunei, Southeast Asia, Borneo, protections, brutally to give this independence. Becoming more massively acceptable in Darussalam, possibly Brunei. Independence still very celebrated on International Day, February the 23rd, which we've only just missed. It was on Monday. What a shame. I know we like the phrase, but the same time. We see the snake. You wouldn't be kidding me.
That's a 1083. Suspect has crashed.
Roger.
No sign of the suspect at the location. Requesting assistance. 7 reporting. Suspect is in a vehicle heading south.
No way, they're all the suspect there. Me? You're joking, no? Spot on. Just Marina to that was your oil.
Dispatch, does anyone report a suspect whereabouts? Dispatch, have to come up here.
Well, it's kind of. Yeah, so is it? Really? Yeah, it's close to 6 days.
Eagle 10 en route.
In fact,
What are you doing?
is a dying sentiment. So MacArthur arrived before the Mason to study the state dissolution operations of nations. Now his report border education is basically responsibility to education policy and adaptation. Four-year office in London tested immigration mistakes. Unless you're going in and planning your really good time. So just really quite a nice weekend. You've got a good hotel for a good food by yourself. Mate,
Wheels up and en route.
so then, you know, they invented the protection as well. Basically, so before that, it's the state of the history of the society. Med state tilfælde også flere og nye ting af Jesus. Klimaformer. Inden i restauranten til det society.
Søger du en lejlighed til dig eller familie? Et sted, du kan gøre til dit eget. Med plads til hverdag. Til de yngste. Og de kæledyr. Hos Balder Lejebolig får du et hjem med plads.
I feel like this story is gonna make for the coolest podcast ever. Seriously, Ken Tiny's going to be dining out on this for the rest of his life. Or until he ends up in jail. Again.
Du er med på, hvorfor jeg stopper. Det er smukt. Er det en 2024 der?
Ja.
Eller det faktisk til 250?
Der er en mindre bog. 4 år 45.000 liter for e-base.
Once in residence,
You do that in the light every day.
God damn.
I arranged a new now this modern art, all that is to be although there's a it's otherwise absolutely
Yeah. I'm free. Okay, now for you. Here's where you go.
and then it's a constitution. This was
He tell you where the car is? Then don't waste any time. Go get that shit.
What the hell was that?
Hey, man. How you doing?
9 days after prayer. The night after
Okay, two things. One, you'll be in gang territory, which puts you in serious danger. Two, you'll be dressed as a cop, so you might as well have a target on your back and shoot me now, painted on your forehead. Oh, I don't have a solution. I just wanted to say, good luck.
David, so local government officials might be set to answer to major plans, displacing the original production especially taking away less of
Such a different mix of chicken.
oh yeah, I know what so not always involved in this co-funded massive station in massive stations British Social Research Project launched in 1987. So Tom Harrison was a co-founder of the massive station. He's one of those people involved in the special operation. Massive station, if you don't know about it, they would go to people in the streets and just ask them their views on big issues that they about dynamics. So it was a way of really in-depth way of finding what the production for, rather than just saying
Recalling the feelings of the voice.
yeah, the whole
We are actually the most epic motherfuckers in the city. Once you get back here with that car, and we get a guy to repair any damage, and my heart rate goes down, we should get a drink. If you want. Or not, whatever you think. Oh, my heart.
So, massive station history is belongs to civilian government until July 1996, this corporation served to be so now the 20th century experience tells us a lot about imperialism and the transformation in attitudes that followed the discovery of oil and gas. Without that, we wouldn't be very interested. But equally, survived as independent countries. So the contrast we see with the city, Bandar Seri, where traditions were preserved in all parts of the city, and the Campo Maya, the Venice Green, where houses, streets, centres stand on stilts above the Nile River. But in the newer one, that largely entered 1906 and
Take it easy.
That's so
the one called reload with a signifies being so twin prospects
So, has your heart rate lowered after we got our guy out? Cause my adrenaline I'm feeling is top tier, maybe need a hospital, you know?
yeah, you say what happens to people having either been involved in such a small place as well. Amazing.
I just had a quick look at how they discovered the oil. Apparently, two men smelled it one day, like a petrol station. If they monetize that, they've got the most expensive noses, the richest noses in the world.
I reckon that conversation went like this. Wait a second. I wouldn't like that. 2 seconds. Put the cigarette away. You're right, Al. That's $1 billion no.
It's the $1 billion. What a film!
It really.
They smelled it in 1926, and in 1927 they found gas signatures in the area. So they were like, they smelled it, and then they were like, oh, there is. Two things interesting about that. They've got $1 billion nose, and you can smell it. And secondly, they've got the wherewithal, the initiative to do something about it. Because for years I've been walking past going, it smells like oil. Is that? I'm sure it's oil. How long did it feel? 25 years now. Yeah. And I'm convinced that's oil.
Before selling your patch of land at 200
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't actually.
You don't really got oil in the ground. Do you want a mad theory? Yeah. My mad theory is, I reckon when they smelled the oil in 1926, there weren't that many people who smelled it. Interesting. The locals would have been walking around going, what is this stink? I don't know how to describe it. They're too much to like, that smells like oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fascinating. What a place. 3 amazing places, really. Vatican City, Flora, Live.
Where's it?
And you won't know. Mate, yes, that's great. Thank you once again.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know.
Timer, we'll do one. Thank you for listening, guys. We'll be back very soon.
It's coming at you. Okay, I got stuff to do.
Så søger vi en gang for helt til at mange fordele. Hader utroligt og elsker nemme penge. Er det dig, vi leder efter? Så sammen kan du streame et sted og spare gode penge hver måned. Tal på Play. Kom i gang på telefon.dk.
Oh What Time is now on Patreon. You can get the main feed episodes before everyone else, ad-free, plus access to a full archive of bonus content, 2 bonus episodes every month, early access to live show tickets, and access to the Oh What a Time group chat. Plus, if you become an Oh What a Time all-timer, myself, Tom and Ellis will riff on your name to postulate where else in history you might have popped up. For all your options, you can go to patreon.com/Oh What a Time. Now, Henry, before we go any further, okay, in last week's episode you trailed a couple of topics for the intro of this episode. We're very much into the continued. Do we need the optional recap? If you don't want the recap, not skip recap. Just press. Or just listen to something else. Or listen to something else, which is generally being good advice. Yeah, there's some great stuff out there, guys. Anyway, I can't remember what things you trailed for us. Was one of them anchovy butter? I think anchovy butter and cloves. See, Tom, I am very much like the spring sparrow. I'm on a leaf, I'm on a branch, I'm under some moss. Or the anchovy butter that turns. Yeah, the new hope that was the anchovy that turns virulently. With all the acridity of dairy gone off, fish gone off. The 2 worst things to go off apart from eggs. You're a little rancid pescatarian crony. I am. Well, the quickest way to get answers for boulanger, time to a chair and threaten to pour rancid anchovy butter on his legs. And you'll get every secret in that town. Your Neptune sweats. And there's Neptune sweats. Yeah. So I think, Henry, if you don't want to embark on gloves of anchovy butter, you're going to have to give the audience some red meat, though. I think, can we make it a reverse Patreon extra, so it's a Patreon threat? Only patrons don't have to hear it. It's going to be reflected on it for a week. I think there was actually that much oil in the decanter after all. Do you know what I mean? But you have reversed down this by 9, and it's time for you to drive out of it. Yeah, no, you know what I feel like? I feel like I'm in one of those 60s bubble cars where if you reverse it into your garage, you have to wait there until death. Because they couldn't open forwards or reverse. do you know that? So if you drove it straight into your garage, you just had to wait and hope that someone would excavate the site at some point in the future, and that you'd be able to subsist with some of the air bubble, but in the bubble of the bubble car. Yeah, and eating 60s snacks, canned sausage and stuff. You know what? I've got a fresh anecdote sort of field has just sprouted into green this week. Okay. So we didn't have to go over last year's harvest or last season's harvest. I think spring has sprung since the last podcast. I mean, what's your hot take on gloves, Henry? Yes, is that one of the banter crocuses that has bloomed? Frankly, the glove chat is an old squirrel skull that has been taken over by a wonderful sight of thousands of thriving aphids. Let's bring in the new season. And gloves are literally last season's chat. Gloves are basically irrelevant. We don't really think about gloves now until the autumn. So yeah, but a new fresh, wonderful sight. Tiny little green leaves sprouted over the weekend in anecdotal terms, because I went on a city break. There are 2 great cities that close my heart, London, and of course, close second, Derby. Derby is, Derby. And I have slagged off Derby in the past on the podcast, but the haute couture of Derby. But that's because they don't want the secret to get out. Yeah. About Derby. You don't want anyone else going. They don't want anyone else discovering it. Driving up the prices. I don't want driving up the prices. Mm. No, but to be serious about it, there is a city which is close second to London, which is Greater London. There's also a third, which is Central London. What about the City of London? That's close fourth. East London, West London, South London, South East London, North East London, West London, South West London, North West London, etc. Wandsworth, Camden. Then the boroughs, Islington, Brent. Then it's the boroughs that have special names to make them sound like a slightly nicer borough next to them, e.g. West Kensington and Hampstead Garden Suburb. South Chiswick, North Harrods,
Lots of little games that we play. Actually, most areas of London have three names. Their main name, a name if you're trying to impress someone, and a name if you're trying to sort of not impress someone.
Well, there's also the name that the property developer who's building a huge block of flats uses. I remember when I was spending a lot of time in Holborn.
Yeah, well, it's Holborn Heights, wasn't it? But you're actually in where's somewhere shit? Where can I say with shit without offending someone?
Nowhere really.
That's not possible, is it?
I was spending a lot of time in Holborn, and then this property developer was trying to get off the ground that it should be known as Midtown.
Oh dear, no,
Midtown, USA.
Yeah, that's very sort of Manhattan, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't just say there's a meatpacking district.
No, exactly.
Yeah, it has to be the meatpacking district.
But estate agents will think, how much meat do we need to pack to be able to call this a meatpacking district? And that's why you'll get these pop-up meat packers. You might see them around.
Well, you'll see an estate agent just emptying some mince into a jiffy bag, and then someone has carefully packed some meat.
Oh, and it happens to be filmed from 5 different angles.
All of a sudden, the rents have gone up 400%.
It used to be a meatpacking district because Brian put some meat in jiffy bag last Thursday. He's not doing it anymore. It's crucial that it has to have been a meatpacking district.
He's not even packed it very well. It's quite loosely packed. If anything, it's semi-long vacuum packed. He's made a pig's ear.
Well, you know what he's done? If you actually pause the footage, he's bought some mince from Tesco's, he's taken it out, put it back in its original packet. He's clearly planning to take it home that night and make a bolognese. And what the fuck does that tell you about a district? A guy called Brian made a bolognese here last week. That literally doesn't narrow it down to anywhere on earth. Does it?
Yeah, Brian's bolognese preparation quarter is not as profitable for the developers. See, it doesn't work.
But actually, no, one of the topics over the weekend, I went on a city break to Paris. I've been in Paris. I came back from Paris yesterday. And I had a really lovely time. When you arrive in Paris on the Eurostar, so you get to Gare du Nord.
Yeah.
There's a Pret.
Yeah.
Did you go? No. But there's also Five Guys now.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
Actually,
I assume there are thousands of protesters outside there. It's got to be a fleet of French farmers outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Firing dumb.
Yeah.
It's as if the Channel Tunnel is this kind of aperture through which all full Western capitalism can get its way into Paris.
Just that, yeah, there's still like it's just a little bit of a leak at the end. Just a foot Gare du Nord soaking it all up.
Yeah.
Because I hope there's enough British and Dutch tourists that can soak up the produce that the French aren't exposed to it.
And one day, the Arc de Triomphe will just be a massive itsu with the Ryman's on top.
We should never have done with that tracker. The drip effect.
Isn't it? It's a drip. But basically, once you get to Paris, it's like you've got off at the wrong station initially. That's what happens now. It's like, hang on, did we get on the wrong train? Yeah, it's like, that's quite often you have a city break or a little mini holiday or holiday, and it's just nothing goes right. This is the most successful little weekend trip I've ever had. Everything went right.
You literally got Paris in the spring as well. Did you have Paris in the spring weather?
It was Paris, so that was partly everything. Just the stars aligned. Yeah. It was the first sort of springy, so we were eating outdoors, but we felt it was the first outdoor eating of the season.
Oh, mon Dieu.
Mon Dieu.
Caricaturists are on the wing.
The caricaturists are emerging from their slimy carapaces.
From their little slimy pencil case that they create around top.
From their little slimy pencil cases. And watching them unzip it from the inside using just their
I'll get back to it then.
It's a magic site. You don't get too close because they are.
Starving. A good omen on the Eurostar over there. I'm going to go back and observe them that.
To my childhood.
I think that's fair enough.
When Napoleon took his first breath.
When the little French fishy thought, I'm going to go up off the waterline to see if there's any caricaturists up on dry land. If you do a caricature of me, you'll never know that I'm just sort of eyeball on legs. It's not hard to caricature. Maybe it all started with... So basically I had quite a bad cold over the weekend, because again, interseasonal, the colds are happening, aren't they? People are getting colds. Bonjo's got a cold, Mike's had a cold.
Take care.
I think I've got to feel colds happen more in the interseasonal crossover periods.
But I suppose.
Yeah, well, it's not a 10-pole issue for me.
Hey, I was hoping you were gonna pick that one, because that means we're headed back to the Diamond Casino to rob another prize car. Same plan as before. And you haven't even heard the best bit. This used to be Al Di Napoli's car. You know, the actor. Do you have any idea how many times he's probably passed out in this thing? Yusuf's gonna pay out for this.
What it sounds to was quite unusual. So the train was at 6. No, it wasn't. The train was at 8.
You need something?
Someone else is doing a lot of the organising. One of my friends is most organising. But AM, yeah, so it's an early one. I actually had a full scrambled eggs on toast breakfast at home before going to...
I can't believe we're like 10 minutes into Zacto. Cut the food left brick here.
It's actually quite hard to judge these things sometimes. But that is an unusual move. The classic move is if you've got an early start, you don't have anything, you get the heck out of your home, you get to the airport or train station, and then you have...
Yeah, I would agree.
You know, some brekkie whatever. I thought I need to be sustainable, so I had a full scrambled eggs and toast breakfast.
Hey.
Got to go start. On the train, so I was with 2 friends, and the bit where I sat was sort of attached to a hen do, so I sat next to a hen do. And but they were all very nice. As we got off the train, in Paris, everyone else had pretty much got the carriage. I was taking a while to find my bits and bobs. But as I was doing that, there was a scarf. One of the hens had left, I think it was one of theirs, a scarf, a big, chunky sort of chessboard designed scarf was sat in the overhead locker bit. What do you do?
Well, you tell them. You're all going to have the same stock, surely.
Yeah, so I've taken a while to get the stuff together. Everyone's trooping off the train. Crowds and crowds go to the platform. What do I do? I don't know.
Still on the train when people are getting on to go back to London.
That's the trouble.
Henry, this is like the meet cute at the beginning of a rom-com.
How's it going?
You running down the station in the Garden Wall with this checkerboard.
You're so right.
Scarf.
It's very meet cute.
Yeah. You just burned it, didn't you? Took a life to it.
Yeah, lots of vicious on it and burnt it. As an act of defiance against Marie Antoinette. A pretty poorly thought out act of defiance. No, so what do you do in that situation? Do you leave it? Because, there's a lot of possibility maybe they'll come back. There's or it's at least part, because I've left many things on trains.
Yeah.
I left my entire luggage on a train until I got off at Heathrow to go to France. I left all my luggage on the train and it ended up in Brighton. Ridiculous. because in a way, once it's left...
If I'd been travelling with you, I would have hit the bloody roof.
You'd be you're staying on this train. You do that special death grip, which you've done a couple of times with me, haven't you? You put your thumb in myself.
I did it on you.
You put one thumb in my plexus, another thumb in the crook of my collarbone.
But it resets you, doesn't it? It's factory resetting.
Completely reset me. And for the first couple of days, I'm just a blank slate. But somehow I always find a way to become me again.
So, Henry, I think what I would have done is I would have grabbed the scarf and seen if I could see them in the station.
Yeah, because they sound like an identifiable group.
But if I couldn't see them and it was obvious that wasn't going to happen, I would have then handed it in and said, "This can go to the lost property."
Okay.
Handed it into a Frenchman who definitely would have then immediately pushed it in the bin.
Yeah.
But your hands are clean.
My hands are clean. So what I did was, basically, I was hoping this story was more showing me to be special and different, but it hasn't done that. But
did you just do that? The obvious thing.
Yeah.
There's going to be a payoff about the scrambled eggs and toast. I mean, there's no way that was Chekhov scrambled eggs. There's no way that was introduced so prominently into the evidence, and there isn't going to be quite the payoff.
It's Chekhov's breakfast detail. Chekhov's can be around the breakfast detail.
Or is that to be continued for the next episode?
It's to be seen. I'm going to make more and more TBC chickens come home to roost, which is why this podcast can never end. We can never roost. I mean, it's basically scrambled eggs have to make one from all the chickens on roost. Yeah. So I've lost many things. I'm a huge loser. We've talked about that. We talked about it last week. We talked about it last week. So I thought, loser to loser, but this is whoever's left this is also like me, and we've got to stick together.
Okay, so you're taking like the FBI behavioral analysis approach.
Think like the loser. Think like the head.
Do the head. Become the head. Where is this scarf present? The head.
Are they one of the two male gay friends that were there?
Are they mother-in-law's friend, Linda, would be desperately upset if she wasn't invited too.
Well, that Australian one that they don't see very often and now hasn't got that much in common with them and therefore is hitting the box office really, really hard on the train despite the fact it's only 8:30 a.m.
They all understand that they were going to have any quicker.
She's actually been sick before even getting to the city where they're hence.
I those rides, yo. Real talk.
They were actually having bus visitors.
Of course. Dangerous stuff.
That's an
Partly I
attractive
thought,
wife.
as a
For a
loser thing,
serious-hearted criminal.
if the scarf stays on the train, it is at least within the system
You break
of
too quick with
there's
these guys,
some sort of
you'll go
lost
over
property
your
system.
handlebars.
So for example, when I left like all my luggage on the train, I still have my mini bag with my passport stuff, so I was able to go to France naked as the day I was born.
Whoa.
Because I always
Now
put my
she
clothes on
looks
just
pretty,
before
but
security.
not in the girly way.
I had to buy, I still to this day, 3 pairs of purses from JD Sports. Got to this day that I had to buy my underwear and stuff for the weekend in the airport.
A story within a story.
That is hot. If I
But
do
they wear
say so
them all the
myself.
kinds of pants I normally wear. They didn't have loose boxers. They had those slightly more clingy ones that the younger man prefers. I haven't really got anything that I think benefits from really having a clinginess attached to it. Anyway. Yeah, so I thought, do I leave it within the system? If I take it out of the system, the scarf,
It's into a world of chaos.
it's into what potentially is what fits into
You're taking it into your system.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
So, but also, what do I do? Because if I take it into the station, I can't find it. And then I'm giving it to French, and then I'm on British soil, potentially. I think the train is British soil, maybe. I don't know, but if I give it to the guards, you know the lost property list, as you say, if it's lucky, it gets a cigarette stuffed out in it, and it's shoved into a toilet with methadone prophecies.
I think I would try to find out if I hadn't put it back on the train.
My initial thought was, I was thinking of it like an airport. I'll come across the heavens again, the kind of queues, the slow queues to get through the passports and stuff. Obviously, that's always happened. So when you get to, and I only realised that when I was half at the platform holding a scarf with my friends to basically get off the platform, live us into the city,
Get on the wind. Yeah.
But anyway, so I was really like debating this good idea. But anyway, I came out into the platform, and I was having do I actually myself deal with this thing? Okay, as I came out to the station, crowds of people, I spotted the hens. They were all standing in a circle wearing berets.
But how did you tell them apart from all the other French people?
Exactly, that's the problem. But I went up to them and I said, "Is this your scarf?" They all turned around. And basically they went, "Yes, we were just realising we'd left the scarf," and they sort of celebrated it, and I was almost carried off the streets of Paris. It was amazing, like, adrenaline boost and a sort of, like, dopamine hit. And the woman was saying, "I'm seeing this genuine," she said, like, the woman I gave it to. They couldn't believe, I think this is obviously about hammered. Yeah, as it carried, but the amount of happiness I gave to them was incredible. And it was so I enjoyed. And the woman's scarf was, it was literally, because for instance, through the moment she said, "Shut the box for a scarf," I turned around and said, "This is your scarf." As I said goodbye to them, this woman said to me, "I'm sending you good, is it vibes or good juju or good karma or something?" She said that, she said, did the thing with her hand. She said, "I'm sending you good vibes, I'm sending you good vibes." And basically, I think I've just realised now, I think that's why everything went perfectly for the rest of the weekend.
Very few things are harder to listen to when someone who they feel like their stories.
No, sorry. That way. That was just a story where I came across really well. Sorry about that, guys.
You've got to let them have a bit of, and then I shut myself up. Well, let's sit on the bigger sheet.
Let's do it.
This week's topic, as sent in by Catherine from Boston.
Oh, I went to Boston. I went to the Cheers bar. Did you go to the Cheers bar?
I did not.
It's just some stairs going down to the bar. It's where they filmed that small section of the intro.
Oh, because of course it was just in the studio.
Yeah, it's a bit like, why have they gone to the Cheers bar?
I walked past the place where they filmed Doughboy Fall Through the Bar only 2 nights ago. Where's that? In fact, I walked past it with you. What? Oh, you didn't point it out to me, no? You pointed it out. You bastard. I think I only spotted it the day after. Okay. Was it, yeah, there was that little bit of Bristol right near the old bit. Is it, well, why is it in Bristol? Was it filmed in Bristol? Oh, no, there's a blue plaque, well, someone stuck a blue plaque there that claims that's where they filmed that bit of, I mean, it might not be true. No, a lot of Only Fools was filmed in Bristol, to the extent that you can do Only Fools and Horses tour with Bristol. But that just doesn't seem to make any sense whatsoever. Anyway, this week's topic, as sent in by Catherine from Boston, is chickens.
You know what? Guess what my first lunch was in Paris?
Was it a plate of chicken?
It was chickens. Yeah. I said, I'll have the chicken. He said he's going to have the chicken. We'll have the chickens. We'll have chickens. Chickens, please.
House chickens. Just the house chickens. Obviously, dolphins have chickens.
Also, luckily, chickens of the day was actually chickens. And you wouldn't have said chickens, though. You would have said, is it Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? That's exactly it. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Average age has have a chicken in France. In the 80s and 90s, it's not, nowadays you'd be more adaptable. So we had roast chicken for our first half. I do have to roast a chicken. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? The one thing that we think is our do better because it's the roast chicken bits with chips. It's just slightly better than roast potato, let's say. Hard to know. I wasn't aware of what was going on before it got to the plate. Maybe rotisserie. Maybe it's been microwave. Maybe microwave. But it was a classic French restaurant, Paris restaurant, in the sense of picture any Paris restaurant. They're all the same. It was every restaurant is the same restaurant. Every restaurant has the same roast chicken. Every roast chicken is pretty good. It was that. One thing that did happen then is that throughout the holiday was I've got a friend who, well, so I've got a semi-decent French. My friend does Duolingo. We were just vying for who's going to be the guy that does the French whenever an opportunity to speak some French happened.
Okay, yeah.
There was this kind of war between dyslexic French and we were going to vie for it to be which of us is going to say the French things so we can then be answered in English every time. And that's something I'm still aiming for in life, is to be answered in French. To be asked to say something in French and to not be answered in English. To be answered in French, yeah.
But is the way to do that to really do the accent? Because that's the slightly weird bit with French, isn't it? Is that to really speak it well, that you have to put on this really thick accent.
I'm doing everything right. Starting the accent like 5 to 10 seconds before I actually say a word. I'm coming in. I'm doing everything right.